We want to keep it lean. I'm not looking to spend all this money. I hear people spend $1 billion. I'm saying, how do you spend $1 billion? It's impossible. Politicians are the only ones that can spend $1 billion. Hillary Clinton will spend $1 billion of Wall Street money and money from the Middle East. She's got a lot of money from the Middle East. She's got money from people that you don't want her to have money from. But she's going to spend more than $1 billion. I don't want to do that. In New Hampshire and other states, I spend a tiny fraction what other people spend, and I won in a landslide. I like that much better.
He sure did spend a lot less than the other candidates. That was Donald Trump, of course, this morning on election spending after hitting the reset button on his campaign yesterday. Yesterday, he, of course, fired his campaign manager, again, amid growing concerns about his preparedness for the general election. Financial disclosures show the presumptive Republican nominee had just $1.3 million cash on hand in May, compared to Clinton's $42 million war chest. Mr. Trump raised about $12 million over the weekend, we are told. Leslie Marshall is a Fox News contributor and syndicated radio host. Carrie Pickett is a reporter with the Daily Caller. Ladies, good afternoon. Donald Trump, certainly an unconventional candidate. He's made it this far. Does he need the fat staff and all the big bucks to make a win in the fall? Leslie?
Yes, absolutely. And he knows he does. That's why they had an emergency fundraising email going out begging for cash, because he knows not only is Secretary Clinton trumping him with regards to money, but she's also trumping him right now in the polls. He's lost 4 percentage points in Ohio, historically a state every Republican needs to win. It doesn't look like he's going to win Utah, a very red state. And the GOP is questioning how conservative he is. When you look at the battleground states, which right now Hillary Clinton is not only visiting, but she's starting to target very heavy ads about her experience, what she wants for the future, what she's done in the past, and then attacks on him and his lack of experience.
Let's bring in Carrie in
He's got to compete.
Carrie, Leslie just brought up the issue of ads, and Hillary Clinton has run millions of dollars worth of ads over this month alone. Donald Trump hasn't aired any as of yet. Does that make a difference?
Right. Well, certainly it will make a difference. However, the thing here is that Donald Trump has traditionally been, whether it's been in campaign mode or even business mode, particularly stingy when it's come to spending any money, and particularly lean when it comes to hiring people on the campaign. Manafort, now that he's going to be particularly more in control since Lewandowski's departure, I would imagine that he's going to probably influence Donald Trump to have him probably spend a little more money on the campaign, because going into the general, you're going to see a lot more donors probably jump in, because at one point they're going to see that Hillary Clinton is going to be more of a serious reality to the Republican Party, especially going into the down ballot races.
The Trump campaign released a statement earlier today on the FEC filing that we're just talking about for the month of May, and it reads like this. Mr. Trump said, if needed, there could be unlimited cash on hand, as I would put up my own money, as I have already done through the primaries, spending over $50 million. Our campaign is leaner and more efficient, like our government should be. Leslie, I would imagine that message would really resonate with a lot of people, that the federal government spends too much money. I mean, he spent a lot less than Jeb Bush, and look where that ended up. Jeb Bush ended up. Doesn't that work for some voters?
It doesn't work in a general election, and it's really not about what the voters see you spend, especially because we don't know if Donald Trump has the means, because he won't release his tax returns to the American public, to see if he actually has that cash on hand. What the people are going to see, especially in the general election, in a general election is when people who are part of a party really grab onto that party, whether they be a Democrat or Republican, or if they don't want to be part of a party. And they need to see the difference, and they're going to see that with advertising. He has got to do that to remain competitive. And Hillary Clinton has not only had more than a year in advance to raise the money, but she has had more than a year with a very well-organized, knowledgeable campaign staff, a machine, if you will, that he is going to come up against.
Speaking of well-organized, Carrie, the convention is just a few weeks from now, and certainly once Donald Trump presumably gets the Republican nomination, the RNC will unleash a whole bunch of staff, a whole bunch of money, so he'll have access to all that. So is this being made a bigger deal of than it really is?
Yes and no. The main thing that Donald Trump really needs to work on is his relationships with the state committees. During the primary, he had more of a slash and burn sort of strategy with his primary opponents that also sort of bled into his relationships with the GOP state committees, particularly the ones that in the states that he didn't win. And those are the guys who are supposed to be his ground team, his army. And unfortunately, because he didn't build that infrastructure, that proper infrastructure on the ground during the primary, which is what really the general election for the nominee is really supposed to be doing, even during the primary, it's going to be a tough road for him ahead. So he really has to start thinking about building those relationships with those state committees right now. And that will also benefit him with the donors going forward.
All right. So Carrie says get on it. Carrie Pickett and Leslie Marshall, ladies, thanks so much. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you.
And we want to hear from you.